In a world where the law shows no mercy and poverty leaves no way out, a story is born that dares to challenge fate. A man marked by his past, a promise that can change a life, and a society that punishes even when someone tries to redeem themselves. Between shadows, injustice, and hope, Les Miserables rises, a story where every choice carries weight and every act of kindness can feel like rebellion. Get ready, because this isn't just a story about pain, it's a fight for the soul. Hi everyone, my name is Juice. Welcome to Flicks Breakdowns. This is where we get into movies and series on a deeper level, unpacking the stories, the details, and all those little things that make them stick with you. If you love cinema, hiding meanings behind the scenes inside, and just getting lost in great storytelling, you are in the right place. So sit back, relax, and let's break it down. In a France broken by misery, where justice weighs more than compassion, a story begins that isn't just about one man, but all of humanity. Jean Valjean isn't a villain, he is a man pushed to the edge. For stealing a piece of bread to feed his family, he is sentenced to years in prison. Years that change him, not just physically, but in how he sees the world. And when finally he gets out, he's not really free. He carries an invisible mark, a social sentence that follows him everywhere. No one trusts him, no one takes him, no one sees him as anything more than a number. Until he finds an open door, a bishop. That encounter, simple as it seems, is the heart of Les Miserables. In Victor Hugo's novel, it's not just the turning point, it's a moral statement. The bishop doesn't represent religion, he represents humanity. And in the film, that moment still hits as one of the most powerful emotional pillars. Valjean steals, he runs, he gets caught, and then the unthinkable happens. The bishop forgives him, but not only that, he gives him what he stole and something more, a second chance. That moment changed everything. Valjean chooses to change not out of fear but by choice. And that's where his real struggle begins, because changing doesn't erase the past. Years later, Valjean has become a respected man, a mayor, a benefactor, a symbol of what a life can become when it's rebuilt through kindness. But the past always finds a way back. Javert, inspector, enforcer of the law, a man who doesn't believe in gray areas. To him, the word is simple. Good is good, evil is evil. And anyone who fallen once can change. In Tom Hooper's film adaptation, that conflict feels even more intense through emotional closeness. He leans heavily on tight close-ups, especially during the musical numbers. That's not random. It's a directing choice meant to erase the distance between us and the characters, forcing us to feel every doubt, every tear, every contradiction. Because Les Miserables isn't something you just watch, it's something you feel. At the same time, we meet Fantine. Her story is one of the most heartbreaking. In the novel, Hugo uses her to expose the cruelty of the society that punishes the vulnerable. The film stays true to that, even pushes it further. Fantine loses her job, her dignity, her health, everything just trying to survive. Her fall isn't sudden, it's slow, painful, human, and with her last breath, she leaves something behind, a daughter, Cosette. Valjean, true to his promise, rescues her from a life of abuse and raises her as his son. And here, the story shifts. Each stop begins just one man's fight and becomes a story about love, protection, and legacy. From a production standpoint, one of the film's biggest challenges was its musical approach. Unlike most musicals, Les Miserables was recorded with live vocals on set. That meant the actors were actually singing in real time instead of lip syncing. A risky move, but incredibly effective. Because every breath, every crack in the voice is real. There is no polished perfection, just raw emotion. It requires serious technical work, hidden mix, silent sets, precise coordination between actors and musicians. But the result feels authentic in a way that's hard to fake. And as the story moves forward, France starts to burn. The revolution doesn't arrive as a single moment. It builds from layers of injustice, young people who refuse to accept the world as it is, voices rising, among them Marius. An idealist, a dreamer, a young man who believes change is possible and who finds a Cosette not just love but a reason to keep going. The barricades go up, but in Les Miserables, revolution isn't glorified, it's tragic. In the novel, Hugo spends pages exploring the political context inequality, the bottled-up anger of the people. The film, limited by time, condenses that complexity but keeps the core idea. The fight isn't just for freedom, it's for dignity. Valjean faces another choice: run or stand his ground, save Marius or protect his identity. And in that moment, his redemption is tested. Javert, on the other hand, faces something even harder: doubt. Because coming face to face with a man who has chosen good shatters his worldview. His conflict isn't physically, it's philosophical. And when his belief system collapses, he doesn't know how to rebuild it. The arc, deeply explored in the book, stays in the film as one of its most introspective moments. Javert can't accept a world where the law isn't absolute, and that breaks him. Visually, the film leans into a gritty realism: wet street, muted tones, settings that reflect social decay. But there is a beauty too, in the light, in the farming, in the way each scene feels like a painting in motion. Hooper's direction doesn't chase spectacle, it chases intimacy. And it works, because even in the middle of chaos, what matters most is always the human face. The music, originally composed for the stage musical by Claude Mitchell Schomburg, is the soul of story. Songs feel like confessions, like cries, like whispers. They don't interrupt the narrative, they lift it. And toward the end, everything comes together. Stories that start worlds apart, cross paths, destinies that seems distant finally meet. Valjean, near the end of his life, is no longer the man he was, nor the man others thought he could be. He is something more. Proof that a person can change, that kindness, even in a cruel world, isn't in weakness, is resistance. Les Miserables isn't just a story about poverty or injustice. It's a reflection on redemption, on forgiveness, on the constant struggle between what society says we are and what we choose to be. Victor Hugo wrote this as a form of protest, but also as hope, a difficult kind of hope, uncomfortable but real. And the film, with all its challenges and creative choices, managed to capture that essence, because in the end, it doesn't matter how many times you fall, what matters is whether you chose to rise. And in a world that often punishes more than it understands, that changed everything. And so, through sacrifice, loss, and second chances, Les Miserables leave us with a truth that's hard to ignore. Even in the most unjust world,